I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on GBN, we're having a thought-provoking conversation with an amazing author. His name is Dr. Cesar Perez. He has penned a powerful book. It is called The Responsibility of Knowing, Faith, Science, and Life After Belief. This powerful new book explores the intersection of faith, science, philosophy, and biblical analysis, asking what happens when belief is no longer enough in a world shaped by knowledge and accountability. If you're searching for spiritual growth, truth, science versus religion, and life after belief, this is a must-watch interview, and this is a must-read book. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put him on TV today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you, Logan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Great to have you on the show. Talk to us a little bit about the phrase, what happens when belief is no longer enough?
What happens when belief is no longer enough comes from the realization of seeing the information, reading the text using another approach. For instance, traditionally, we have been taught to read the Bible, but not to question. Question was not your prerogative. The information was to be managed by those that were in charge of it, and you were instructed to follow it. But when we take another approach to the reading, and we start looking for patterns, like we do in data engineering, we see that there are a lot of abnormalities that should cut your attention. And that's how the knowledge after belief come into play, because you realize that the information that you have been entrusted with is not longer in sync with present times.
Yeah, absolutely. Why did you feel now was the right time to explore the relationship between faith and science?
That is not up to me. That's up to God.
Mm.
I believe that there is a time and a place that God, throughout history, has been entrusting people with information in order to get us to the next level, if you want to call it that way. You can see that in science. You can see that with Einstein, with Newton, with Romer, that every one of them built into the knowledge of the previous one.
Absolutely. You write that religion once stabilized societies. How has that role changed in the modern world?
Society has evolved and continue to evolve today to a pace that is amazing. We cannot keep up with it. The needs of that society when the church was created by the Romans, by the way. The Romans were very smart people. They realized that they have the power, they have the legions, but religion captured the mind of the people, the soul of the people. And they say, why force someone to do something that they are willing to do if we use the right tools? And that's how the Romans and the church stabilized society to a certain point. For what reason, who knows?
Yeah, exactly. What does the responsibility of knowing mean on a personal level?
The responsibility of knowing means that after you acquire this knowledge, it's not more yours to keep. You have to share. You have to continue pushing the envelope. If we had in the past or Einstein say that X, Y, Z, and we stop there, then science will have not be at the point that it is today,
Right.
because the laziness of our mind, the complacement, is that let somebody else interpret things for me while I having fun in my house or with my friends or having drinks or dancing or whatever it is that occupy their time.
Hmm. Let's focus on understanding the Bible better. Talk to us about how systems theory helps readers understand it more clearly.
Well, let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning when God created the universe, when God created everything that we call now the Big Bang.
Mhm.
It described very clearly that everything was void, that dark, formless, and how things start to take form and how things start to be at the right distance from the sun, and how problems comes in and are addressed immediately. For instance, one of the greatest problems that I think that I identified is the Earth and the moon. You know that the moon was created later on,
Hmm.
after. So to me, in my readings, it showed that that was a need. Why? Because just think of it, the distance from the sun.
Mhm.
How the moon tilts the earth exactly to 23.5 degrees.
Yeah.
Without that, we can't survive because the climate will be so violent that we won't be able to survive. But not only that, how the waves it creates act as a brake for the earth rotation in order to provide the time of day and night.
Hmm.
But what is not important? When I'm reading, what I do is, and then created the night, and I said, why was the night so important? Then I come into the conclusion, oh, the night was important because during the night, during that partial obscurity is when the body produces melatonin. So melatonin is crucial for the development of the brain.
Hmm.
Without it, we'd be walking around like robots without any type of control.
Yeah.
And those are the things. And then we go to the creation of the human or the first humans.
Hmm.
If we read the passage applying today's language, modern language to it, we're going to realize that was a surgical procedure being taken place.
Hmm.
He put it to sleep. Well, anesthesia.
Yeah.
He opened it. Well, it's a surgery. He extracted. Then he sealed the wound back again. Well, stitches.
Hmm.
Then he took that biological material and did whatever he needed to do with it. Is it similar to cloning? I'm not claiming it's cloning as we know it today, but it's a step. So that's how we need to start reading the Bible. For instance, another thing that caught my attention, the encounter on Mount Sinai of Moses with God and the people of Israel. All the noise, the dense clouds, the lightning, the requirements of hygiene
Hmm.
and distance. Why do I need distance? Why do I need to create that safety zone? Even an animal who crossed that barrier needed to be killed, but not touched.
Hmm.
And not touching implied that was contaminated somehow.
Yeah.
Then we go in and continue to the Ark of Covenant and the tabernacle. So do you think that God that Moses is referring to, or Jacob fought with it, or it
Mhm.
used to work with Abraham, you can put it in this box, in this measure box, you can put it in there, and then he can go and live inside the tabernacle, and then he provide a security apparatus that is similar to the VIP.
Yeah.
the garments for the priests. It has to be a certain material. The veil before they came in. The potion that was a secret formula. All those things indicates that there is someone there. But is it God? That someone is trying to protect himself, or whichever way we want to refer to, is protecting from something. Ring the bell before you come in. Put the plate on top of your heart. I don't want to harm you. So I want to make sure that you're one of the people that I have authorized to come close to me. And then every ring of security has a purpose until the end when I can smell you. I can smell that portion that I ask you to prepare and put on yourself. Then I see that it's you. There was a case that someone went in and was killed immediately because it didn't follow the security protocol.
Yeah.
So we got to ask why.
Yeah. And I think we have to be not afraid to ask why. We have
That
to
is
be
correct.
not afraid to explore our faith, explore our beliefs, and realize that science doesn't contradict faith and belief in God. In many ways, it affirms it, right?
That's precisely what I was going to say. For the contrary, it confirmed that something happened, something was taking place. They didn't have the same vocabulary that we have today to describe it, but they describe it with what they had.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. If you look at the perfection of the universe, the order in which everything is placed, as you say, it affirms that there is a creator, that this isn't by chance. And then, of course, you have to question, well, what was before the Big Bang? Who gave the Big Bang life? So the Big Bang theory does not disprove the existence of God. It affirms it. And if you look at the miracle that it is, it should be, an enlightening piece of science to gladden our hearts.
What happened is that the different religion doctrines have placed God as a micro manager that is hovering over everybody's heads, say look into what you're doing or what you're not doing. No, that's the function of the universe by design. He left the universe to take care of that. A perfect example. In 2001, a scientist working with chimpanzees realized that the milk that she provided to the female was totally different to the milk that she provided to the male. Well, how did her body know, the chimpanzee body know that it was a female or a male? Through the saliva. When she was breastfeeding, she was communicating. If the baby had fever, her mother's body started to create antibodies to pass it to the baby. Well, the universe, we got to see it in the same scale. However, we need to communicate with it at the proper level.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Before we leave you today, let me ask you this. What do you hope sticks with the reader when they're done reading your book? What do you hope changes about their view of faith, truth, and science?
The main objective is to motivate the readers to ask questions. That's basic. And then after you ask those questions, not to somebody, to yourself, then you got to start searching for the right tools to find the right answers. Don't be afraid.
And when you say finding the right tools, what type of tools should people look to find?
If you pray and ask, which is what I did, I said to God, let me read the Bible from cover to cover, but allow me to understand it the way that you want me to. So if you pray, if you open your mind, if you achieve that level in your mind that you said, you know what? Let me go blank. I never read this. Let me start reading it like I never seen it before.
Yeah.
And you will see how the perspective will change.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Great advice. Great book. The name of the book is The Responsibility of Knowing: Faith, Science, and Life After Belief. It is a bold and intellectually rich exploration of faith, science, and accountability in a changing world. Doctor, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you, Logan.
I appreciate your time, your insight, your wonderful faith, and the wonderful research you've done on this book. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford for the Global Book Network. So long for now.